The rap game is no longer one of hard-hitting bars and underdog stories, but one of appearance and flash. Although his jewelry collection is worth less than those of other rappers such as Tekashi 69 and Blueface, Young Dolph has inherited the title of the king of jewelry in hip-hop because of the incredible pieces he has commissioned for himself. But what does his $1 million jewelry collection consist of? And what is the meaning behind the various pieces that he owns? Well, whether you're a fan of the Chicago rapper or just want to know more about the collection that has everyone in a headspin, stay right where you are, as we're about to explore everything there is to know about his insane jewelry habits. So strap yourselves in and get ready for an informative ride, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos that we post. Interact with us, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload more content. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks! Number 1 is PreChain. The very first item on our list is an item that has become synonymous with the American rap artist and songwriter. We are, of course, talking about his incredible PreChain, which has been reported to be worth around $100,000 at the moment. The pendant itself consists of the letters Pre in a huge font, which the space underneath each letter is left open for the words that these letters actually represent. And for those of you who don't know, these words are none other than Paper Route Empire, which is the name of Young Dolph's own independently owned record label. So it's no wonder he loves to represent his own brand whenever the opportunity arises. And to truly understand the meaning behind this piece of his, we have to go back a few years to when he was just a kid. Adolph Robert Thornton Jr, as he's formerly known, was actually born in Chicago, Illinois on the 27th of July 1985, making him only 35 years old at the moment. But when he was only 2, he ended up moving to Memphis, Tennessee, where he spent quite a bit of time with his cousin, Gerard Anthony Higgins, who you may know as rapper Juice WRLD. His parents weren't exactly model citizens growing up, which fans experienced in his song Preach, where he rapped that they would often smoke crack baby, and leave him and the rest of his siblings to look after themselves. He even had to get himself a paper route to get by in life while his parents just wasted away. So when his rap career took off and he chose to create an independent label for himself, Paper Route Empire, as the name just clicked, and explains why he's so incredibly proud of the label he has created. To show his pride, Young Dolph obviously went on to create his $100,000 chain that he was able to wear around his neck. Both the pendant and chain have been set in color scheme, which is two-tone by nature, the lower half being blue and the upper half being gold. Don't let the difference in color fool you, as both schemes have been encrusted with matching colored diamonds, explaining how the impressive chain was able to reach the amount of $100,000. Young Dolph has also used this symbol of his to market himself further, launching his own merch line and allowing fans to buy pieces that are less expensive, but similar in nature to the chain that he still wears around his neck. Quite an impressive start, if we do say so ourselves. Number 2, his custom Johnny Dang piece. To really take his collection to the next level though, Young Dolph decided to take his business to legendary jeweler maker Johnny Dang, who has been known to create some of the most unique and extravagant pieces of jewelry in the world. But since rappers have been wearing chains since rap took off in the 1970s, he needed to find a way to make something that nobody had ever seen before. This is what led Young Dolph to decide that he wanted to wear a pendant for himself around his neck, bedazzled in as many diamonds as possible to show just how much he's worth. There's nothing more baller than owning a diamond version of yourself, after all. After communicating this idea to Johnny Dang, the creator said that it would definitely be possible, showing Young Dolph a number of different ways that it could be brought into fruition. What the rapper legend decided to go for, however, was a cartoon version of himself wearing glasses and a backwards cap. So without further ado, Johnny went on to design the pendant using computer technology to bring it to life. Once the pendant design was okayed by Young Dolph, it was time to bring the piece into the real world, which Dang did with an incredible amount of style. Not only does the pendant look surprisingly similar to Young Dolph, it's also decorated in 5,060 carat diamonds, which is where most of the value of the piece can be found. But that's not all, as the pendant has also been secured to a thick chain that is reported to be a kilogram of gold alone, encrusted with a few more diamonds to make it shine brighter than the spotlight currently on Young Dolph at the moment. This is one of the American rapper's most unique pieces, with fans of the world over constantly begging it to see when he live streams on social media. Not a bad way to make a name for yourself in the rap game. Not bad at all. Number 3, his Icy Smurf Chain. This was far from the only unique chain that Young Dolph decided to have commissioned for himself though, which is what leads us to the next item on our list. If you've been paying attention to rap artists over the few years, you'll know that the chain game has changed from what it used to be. Rappers in the past used to buy their own chains that either featured their names or something that represented them as individuals that they were. But nowadays things have gotten a bit comical. Look at the crazy jewelry collection that Tekashi 69 has gone for himself and you'll know precisely what we're talking about. Rather than wanting a piece which is cold as ice everywhere in the world, world, rappers have chosen to commission their own pieces that appeal to a very niche audience, being their fans. And while the wealthiest members of society may refer to these pieces as silly, we can't help but respect artists for spending their money as they see fit. And there's no better example of this than the Smurf chain that Young Dolph has commissioned for himself in October of 2018. Being a fan of the Smurfs from a young age, Dolph decided to put pen to paper and design his own Smurf-based mascot for Pre, which he ended up calling Paper Route Frank. He then approached the incredible jeweler Elliot Eliante with the idea to make this character into a pendant that he could wear around his neck. After tweaking the design of Paper Route Frank to include his own jewelry, glasses, and of course bloodshot eyes, Eliante went to work. And when the piece was finally completed, Young Dolph took to Instagram to show his newest piece off to the world. In the Instagram video, we can see Dolph jumping up and down to some music while he shows off the pieces that Eliante had created for him, one of them obviously being the incredible Smurf chain that he had commissioned. He then went on to post a close-up of the chain, which he captioned, "The real OG Papa Smurf, aka Paper Route Frank." From this close-up, you can see that the pendant of Dolph's mascot has been decorated in both blue and white diamonds, which have been laid upon pure gold if the reports are to be believed. The decorative chain that holds the pendant has also been laid in a two-tone color scheme of blue and white gold, as has become common in the collection of Young Dolph. And while we might not know just how much this piece ended up costing Dolph in the long run, there's no doubt that it took him back a few $100,000. Number 4, the rest of the Elliot collection. But that's not the only piece he ended up commissioning from Elliot Eliante. In fact, if you head on over to the Instagram account of Eliante, you'll see the other 2 items that Young Dolph was seen wearing in his aforementioned Instagram video. The one piece is a Rolex wristwatch, which in Young Dolph fashion was absolutely covered by the same blue diamonds that were used to decorate his Smurf chain, leaving just a solid line of silver running across the wrist chain of the watch. The other piece that was shown off by Eliante was a ring that he had made for Young Dolph in the form of a star. But unlike other rings which are metallic in nature, absolutely no metal can be seen in this item. While the outer border of the star was decorated in white diamonds similar to those on the Smurf chain, the intersection and base of the ring was decorated in the same blue diamonds Dolph has come to love. Once more, we reiterate that we have no idea what the original pieces and modifications by Elliot must have cost Dolph, but if you take the sheer number of diamonds into account, we're definitely looking at another couple of thousands of US dollars. It's really no wonder at this point why Young Dolph is being coined as the king of jewelry. Number 5, his Sonic chain. And it would seem as if Young Dolph not only has a love for the Smurfs as a childhood character, but Sonic the Hedgehog as well. This can be seen by the fact that Dolph has also had a Sonic chain commission in a very similar style to that of his Paper Route Frank chain, but it looks like he hadn't changed the appearance of Sonic one bit, kitting him out in white and blue diamonds to make him both the fastest and wealthiest character in the world. It's a good thing that Greek culture is so in at the moment, as otherwise we would probably have never seen such unique creations as these. Number 6, the $500,000 stolen collection. Last but not least, we couldn't end this list without mentioning what had happened to Young Dolph when eating out at a Cracker Barrel in early 2019. Many people know that Dolph is constantly carrying some pretty expensive pieces with him, which is why someone took the opportunity to smash the window of his Mercedes G-Class and make off with $500,000 US worth of items. Among these items was a glitzy Richard Mille watch worth around $230,000, as well as a Patek Philippe timepiece worth around $85,000. And while these are no longer in his collection, we feel like they needed an honorable mention. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.